Been 34 days now, and you still have not gone forth on your own. This is also the third eve of the full moon. Total exposure in nighttime and in the daytime. And I still encourage you to go forth on your own before you're forced to. You're already going to be forced to speak. Said that quite a few times because that's just inevitable. You will be forced to speak. You're going to speak now. But for you to be forced to go, I just strongly encourage you just to go on your own. 34 days is a long time to go away from your family. You've been forced away from your family because that's what's happened to Lee Lomari Jr. He's been forced away from his family. He hasn't walked away on his own regard. That's not something he chose to do. He's been away from his family for 34 days. Each day, it feels like more of an eternity for that family. Each day. And I know his mother's heart is aching. And as I go to her page, I still don't see an update that he's with his family. Still not there. She's got a prayer posted. She's got somebody else posted that's been separated from their family against their will. People just missing. And even with those people, someone has information too and not coming forth. That just shows how cold-hearted people are. Whatever the issue is. I just still believe he's alive and he's being held somewhere. Whoever did him dirt, they just didn't have they didn't have it in them to take his life. So he's being held somewhere. A lot of people that's missing, they just presume to be deceased, but they're actually not. There are many cases of where people have been found decades or years later, living under an identity that they thought was their own due to being drugged and whatever else. Just out of their mind, clueless. Their whole identity, family, everything about them was erased because somebody drugged them with something. And they've been living their whole life oblivious to it until someone who sees them, someone who recognizes them sees them, or they escape their captors. There's been many, many instances of that. And you holding this information. Are you with your family this weekend? This is a holiday weekend. Well, people are gathering with their families, cooking, people coming into town, flying out, to be with people or traveling, however they're doing, to be with their families for this holiday weekend, Easter, whether they, whatever their belief is or not. It's a weekend. Got off early Friday. Got to go back till Monday. Some folks don't go back till Tuesday. It's a holiday weekend, so whether they believe in the reason for the holiday weekend or not, they off and they gather with family. Spring break, people taking their mini vacations now. People doing all that. Joyful and happy about it. But the Mitchells and the Longmires, whatever joy they can find out of it and live in it, they still don't have Lee. They don't have him because you still haven't gone and spoken to his mother. So you just gonna sit back and allow them to go a holiday weekend without their family member, and you could relieve them of that. They can go to where he is right now, pick him up, and get him back to his family. They can celebrate, have a real joyous celebration in lieu to what this weekend is. But you still sitting back on information. You gonna think about that while you with your family? Or you just gonna sit and put on them fake smiles and giggles like ain't nothing going on? Even your confidants, because I'm sure you done told somebody by now you can't hold that type of info. You done told it to somebody who, won't tell. And you just gonna live like that? You gonna go this whole weekend enjoying yourself, enjoying your family, knowing that the dimensional Longmires are hurting and in pain, but you can relieve them of that. All you gotta do is just tell them, it's still time. So all you gotta do is pick up, or however you're supposed to go to her. However you've been led to do it, because you have been led to do it. However you do it. However you're supposed to do it, you still can do it. But you want to be forced to do it? There's full exposure, full illumination of the boom. This is the third day. You have 4 more days left. And then you have full, bright sunshine throughout the day. Even if the clouds are overcast, the sun still shines through it. Total exposure. Then when that 8th day comes, and that waxing crescent, comes into play, it casts the first shadow. But it's not the type of shadow you think of. It's not the type of shadow for you to hide. It's darkness. And that's where you dwell. Until you go forth and speak to Pamela Mitchell like you're supposed to. And that darkness is not a kind place. It's lonely. It's eerie. It has this eerie quiet to it. It's a lonely place. That's a place where the Lord allows you to be turned over to all the spirits that you've entertained. He allows you to be turned over to whatever you have sowed. You begin to reap it in whatever form or way that is. The demons that you've entertained, they now are your entertainment. It's not a nice place to be. Whether you're a believer of him or not, we all endure and experience spiritual things. Because we are all part spirit. Can't get away from that. You still have not contacted Pamela Mitchell. You gonna let them go this whole weekend without her? You can contact her now. You don't have to wait till the morning. You don't have to wait for another hour. You can contact her. Who knows if they're gathering together, if they're still going to gather together. Who knows if they still got it in them to do it. You contact Lee Jr. Contact his mother, Pamela Mitchell.